Hey guys, what's up? So today I'm starting a vlog for a wedding. So we've done, I think Paragon Productions has done about 6 weddings so far this year, and we haven't vlogged any of them, haven't filmed any of it. So today I'm actually going to make you guys a vlog, sorry, for a wedding. I'm going to do my best to get as much footage as I can. This wedding's going to be a little bit different because I'm doing this one by myself. I'll have a little bit of help to set up, but for the most part, I'm doing the wedding by myself, which is not a normal thing for us. Typically, we always have at least 2 people at every wedding, but this time we have 2 people on vacation, so they're heading down to South Carolina, Myrtle Beach, I think. And then I was going to have Alec do it with me. However, we had a last-minute photo booth booking for up in Marietta, so he's going to go take care of the photo booth up in Marietta, and I'm going to take care of the wedding down here. He's going to come help me set up because the photo booth booking doesn't start until, I don't think he needs to be there until 3:30, and my ceremony is at 2 p.m. So we're going to start setting up around 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Today's Friday, the day before. So today I'm just getting a few things ready here in the garage, as always. I seem to film most of them from in here. I've got to get a couple things ready. I got a couple new things I'm going to show you guys. I've had speaker stand scrims before. I always recommend speaker stand scrims if you don't have them. It just helps kind of clean things up. I'll throw a couple pictures here of some events where we have scrimmed the speaker stands. But if you don't have speaker stand scrims and you're doing a wedding, I really recommend it. They're not that expensive. I think these I've got here, I'll show you in a second, were like $35 a piece, something like that. Which, I mean, I guess in the realm of things, that's like $70. So it's $70 that'll help make everything just look that much better. Cleans it up. You can hide your wires behind it. You can actually hide wires underneath it because it goes clear down to the floor. And so these are the ones I have. The onstage speaker stand skirts. These are nice because let me get a picture of the side there. These are the black ones, obviously. But these are nice because these come with a built-in bag. So the ones I had before, I actually had my mom make them for me since she can sew very well. I don't know what happened to them. We were doing an event, and it was sometime last year. We'd done a bunch of weddings, and at the end of one of them, or no, at the beginning of the night, like one of them, we looked around, we couldn't find him anywhere. So we ended up doing that wedding without him. And then the next wedding rolled around thinking, oh, maybe they just got thrown into the trailer somewhere. Next wedding came around, couldn't find him. Next wedding around, couldn't find him. So like five events we had to do last year, we didn't have any speaker stand scrims. And I kept thinking I was going to find them. That's why I didn't order any new ones. I kept thinking I was going to find them like around the garage or in the trailer somewhere, and I never did. So I ended up ordering these. And like I said, these are the black ones. I'll go ahead and pop this out of the box here if I can. And these are nice because, sorry for the mess, it's an absolute mess in here. I'm trying to get everything figured out, organized. I got subs, stands, bird cases. These are stretchy table covers. I got 2 white ones and a black one sitting right here. Stretchy table covers also go very nice with stretchy speaker scrims. Cleans it up once again. Clean's a good look to have at a wedding. So I can't get this out with one hand. It's stuck in there. Anyway, that's what they look like. Cleans things up, like I said, just makes it look real nice. And these, like I said, come with a bag. The bag's actually built in, so you can't lose the bag. You just basically kind of flip it inside out. Hang on. Use my arm here. There. That's what they look like. Pretty simple. The bag's in there. You take the clasp off, and they just kind of fold out. And, chiclets. They fold out. You stretch them over your speaker stands. It's got reinforced corners for the stand legs, so you're not going to like rub through the corners and stuff like that. And I guess if you could sew, you could probably reinforce them too if you were afraid of, I guess, wearing them out, something like that. So, but these will go into a box in the trailer so we can keep them clean. About like I do the, well, as you can see, they're sitting right here. About like the table skirts. So the table skirts are good to have. Scrims are good to have. Hides all your wires. With the table skirt, I have a 6-foot table that's got extendable legs. This is a 6-foot here, but this doesn't have extendable legs on it. I've got a 6-foot with extendable legs, so it brings it up to about, I don't know how tall this is, like 4 feet or so, right here, 3.5, something like that. It brings it up to about this level right here, this top of this case, which is really nice if you're DJing. You're not hunched over all night. It makes a big difference in how comfortable you are throughout the evening, especially if you're doing like a 5-6 hour wedding. It really saves on your back. But I stretched the the tables cover over these tables, extended up, and they stretch enough to allow for the taller table. Take those, stretch it up, and I can hide wires underneath it. I can hide a case of something underneath it. Sometimes I'll put my little amp rack case underneath it, and that makes it nice. But on top of the table itself, make it through the maze of trussing, I have here a home built, and it's a little dirty. I need to clean it up before tomorrow, which I will do. Tabletop facade. It's nothing fancy. It's home built. It's not the greatest, but it works very well for keeping things looking clean. Obviously, it's not clean now. I'm gonna go take this off and put a new fabric on it to clean it up a little bit. And it just takes a staple gun and a screwdriver, just pop those staples out. So I'll use this. I'm going to also clean up all the crappiness that's got dinged up. It's been rode pretty hard throughout the weddings we've done the past couple of years. Anyway, the tabletop facade helps you really clean up your cables, stuff like that. Nobody can see what's going on at a wedding. You don't want people to see nasty cables and mess and stuff like that. Keep it clean. So, also another thing, I got a ceremony tomorrow. I've never shown this, I don't think. In this black case here. This is it's been knocked around a little bit. This is our wireless microphone case for ceremonies. So we use the Shure BLX series. Ugh. This here is just a lapel mic here. I always recommend getting some decent wireless mics. You can buy these Chinese ones for like next to nothing online, and I really don't recommend those because we've had those. We have a set of those, and they were absolute junk. You didn't have any range with them. They like I said, they were just junk is the only way to explain it. They didn't have any range. They were cutting out. The audio quality was horrible. So we broke down and bought, this is the dual set. So it's got 2 transmitters here. So I've got 2 lapels here. A bunch of spare batteries. Always just throw a bunch of batteries in here because you never know when you're going to need them. These are all good batteries. We never put bad batteries in here. Bad batteries always get thrown away. Good practice to have. 2 of those, and then the receiver is the single unit receiver. So it's a dual receiver. It's got 2 channels. You power it up, set the group a channel in the front, make sure they match the transmitters, plug it in, you're good to go. Batteries in these things last really long. You got a nice clip on them. The lapels sound great. It comes with extra foam tips on them, which I'm sure are in here somewhere, but yeah, they're probably down underneath in the back. In the kit, I also have a Numark to go in here. This is my typical wedding ceremony controller. So if I have to do a ceremony in a separate space, I'll use the Numark to go because it gives me the ability to have like a fader for volume and things like that. Excuse me, and to be able to crossfade between 2 tracks. Like if I have a bridal party entrance song and then the bride has a separate song, I can easily fade between, or I can fade down in between before I hit the play. It gives me a lot better control than a mouse. I can have 2 tracks and actually work with them with this. This was cheap. I think it was like $70, something like that, when I bought it. It's just USB. That's all it has on it, just a single USB. It's powered with USB. You just plug it in and keep a USB cable in here for it, right there. I've also got the instrument connections for the Shure receiver or Shure transmitters. So every now and then I've had a guitarist or something like that come to play at a ceremony for us, or for the bride and groom. And with a guitarist, you don't know where they're going to be necessarily. Sometimes hooking up a DI, stuff like that's kind of out of the picture because you don't have enough mixer or something like that. So having this allows me to hook this up to one of these. The officiant can still have a mic and pick up the groom and stuff like that. And then the instrumentalist can have a wireless guitar thing, so I can actually amp up the guitar through the PA. And here we also have, this was another little thing I added later on. This is a, one-handed's tough, a over-the-ear condenser mic for these Shure pieces. Very small, very tiny, flesh-colored. So this is good. If the officiant, I'll just drop it. If the officiant is used to using a head-worn mic, the head-worns are a little bit nicer because with the head-worn mic, you can you have a little more forgiveness on wind and things like that. Because the mic's so close, you don't have to bring the levels up quite as high. So you have some room to not worry about feedback as much and not worry about picking up the wind and things like that. So the head-worn mic works a little bit better for things like that. But like the groom, I'll put a lapel on him. Since the bride's in front of him, I can pick up both the bride and groom with that single lapel. And then the officiant will have the over-the-ear worn mic, and that's a little nicer too. So, all right, enough talking. That's enough of my new stuff for now. That's the disclaimer. I gotta get this all packed back up. Ceremony's at 2 tomorrow, so I'm gonna go. I have to go get the trailer. It's over at my dad's house now. I'm gonna go get my trailer, come back, and I gotta load some of this stuff up. I think I'm gonna use some of the new moving heads, which I haven't done a review on yet. I will eventually, since we get to it. This is the RGBW moving heads. I think I'm gonna use 4 of those on 2 T-bars for dance floor lighting. I wasn't going to do that. I was just going to stick with my 4 bars because I have 2 Chauvet Mini 4 bars. Those work great for weddings, plenty of light, bunch of cool patterns. But I kind of want to try these out for a wedding since it's got the natural white in it. So I think it could be a good looking setup. So we're going to try that tomorrow. I'll take you guys along with me. I'll be doing the wedding myself, but I'll have somebody there to help me set up. Depending on how much time I have is how much I'll talk when I get there. So I'll see you guys here in a little bit. Here's where we are today. Gotta be setting up in this back corner back here. So I give a little bit dance floor area through here. So, well, let me grab my stuff and we'll get started loading in. Alright, so here we go. Just a little bit of the tour. The lights are off now. We'll get them back on in a minute. Numark NV. Laptop's in there for the ceremony. Main out's right here. XLR is over to where the mixer is going to be. Mixer's going to sit over there. The Behringer XR12. I am running booth out today. The booth out is ran to a small Carvin DCM 150 amplifier, which then is powering the little PV monitor here, just to give me a monitor here in the booth since the speakers are over there. QLC Plus, LC2412 light controller, controlling the lights. Shure microphone, wireless mic, SM58 capsule. Akai headphones, cheap ones, don't need much for a wedding. Carvin LS1802, dual 18 sub, powered by the Behringer NU6000, some Donner wireless DMX, ArtNet node, taking care of the DMX for us, 2 of the LED RGBW beams on each side, moving heads, EVZLX 12Ps, some skirts, some stands. That's pretty much it. Alec over in the corner being all cool. So that's what we have set up. I'll try to get a little bit of footage here of people when they're dancing and stuff like that. I don't know how big of a dancing wedding this is going to be. They're not doing dinner tonight, so when they don't do dinner, it typically means that people aren't going to be dancing a whole lot, just because of time reasons. So we'll see what happens. We'll give it a whack. So I'll try to get a little bit of footage if I can of them doing it, and I'll catch up with you when we head out.
on your head, just go and tell us all they had planned. She says they're the wedding's 6 months away.
Let's give the bride and her father a big hand. All right, at this point, I would like to invite the groom and his mother to the dance floor to share a dance together.
Alright, well, we're back in the car here, as you can see. So that was a really quick wedding. So that wedding was not planned to be a real long wedding. There was no dinner. They really didn't have any dancing kind of time scheduled. They mainly just wanted us, DJs, for the special dances and for just the coordination of the reception itself. So, we didn't have a big dancing area. That's why I didn't get any footage of anybody dancing or anything like that. Because really, we just they mainly wanted us for background music, for the microphones, and for of course the ceremony stuff that we did ahead of time. But yeah, it was a quick reception, a couple hours. There was no meal. Just kind of had like little appetizers and stuff like that. So it was quick, easy. Sometimes we have these quick weddings like this. Like I think it's like 7 o'clock now, 7:30, something like that. These weddings go quick, in and out in no time. And then of course we have the weddings that don't start till 7 and then they go till like 1 a.m. So we've always got a good spread of different types of weddings. So this was the first wedding for me this season with Paragon. Alec and the other guys have done some weddings before this, but this was my first one. So quick and easy one, in and out. We'll be back. I have the next couple weekends off, so I won't be filming any for the next couple weekends. Family vacations and things like that going on. And then I'll be back starting, I think, at the end of the month, and we're going to be doing a few more. I think we pretty much have an event every weekend for the next, after my break here, for the next 3 or 4 months at least, in one form or another. So I'll be back pretty soon. I might do some other videos in between now and then. I want to get a review done of the new moving heads that I have, the RGBW moving heads that I showed you a little bit earlier. I want to get a review of those done. A couple other things I want to get reviews of. Stuff that's not like super common, that like not everybody's done a review of yet. One of those is being our Behringer XR18. I don't use it very often for like weddings and stuff like that because I don't need that many channels. I use the XR12 for that. But the XR18 has full 16 ins and 6 aux outs. So it's really good for bands and things like that. So we've got some band stuff coming up this year. We've got a couple fights coming up, MMA events where we'll be doing sound and lighting for it. So we have a good spread of stuff going on, some odd events here and there. So we're gonna keep chugging along. I think today we have 2 events. Had an event yesterday. Last weekend we had 3 or 4 events in that weekend. The weekend before that we had 3 events. So a lot going on. So we're very busy. We will be for quite a while. So anyway, I think that's it for this video. I'll call it a day there. Be sure to like and subscribe. Like I said, I'm going to have more videos like this coming along. Some gig logs, some little more better explanation of some of the equipment that we use, and hopefully I can help you other DJs out there. Hopefully I can help you guys out with some suggestions and showing you what we do, and hopefully it'll maybe inspire you to do something a little different or try something new. And of course, in the comments, don't be afraid to leave me suggestions if you do something a little different and you think it's a little bit better than how I do it. I'm always open to suggestions and trying to make my setup better, try to make my flow of how I do things a little bit better. So just leave it down below, and I'm going to try to leave a equipment description in the description below as well. So for all the stuff that we have going on. So other than that, I think that's it. I'll catch you guys later.